Good morning, everyone. My name is Tushar, currently working in Huawei, and I'll be talking about how we can integrate a specific service or a specific kit into a Flutter application. Regarding the content or regarding the agenda for the talk, we'll be talking a little bit introduction about the ads part, then different types of ads we'll be focusing on. I'll be giving you specific examples where you can relate, where you have seen these ads. Talking about banner, interstitial, splash, reward, native, and then a small intro on how you can publish your own application. In case you have your own application ready, which is already deployed to any other store, you are very much good to go to publish this to Wagon. Last but not the least will be the demo. So it's the service introduction for this one. When we talk about Huawei Ads Kit, there are different set of ads which are available in our ads kit. So when I talk about kits, it's more or less similar. You can consider this as a service or an API. So these kits can be easily integrated into cross-platform, specifically talking about Twitter. And you can target your Android. The audience can be both from Android and iOS. And the integration of them with the integration of the ads, you can achieve this particular goal. So I'll quickly show you about banner ads. Very small ads can be placed anywhere on screen depending upon how you are generating your UI or how you are creating your UI. The couple of specific points, they occupy very small space. They can refresh automatically. They are smart banners as well. Can be placed on top, middle, and bottom, and they are having anchor type. Now, how to create these kind of ads? Only this much amount of code is required to create an ad, banner ad specifically. Now, you would be seeing a test ID over here. You can excuse this test ID as of now. Reason being, when you are developing your application for production, for that time you will be having a different ad ID. Other than that, if you are doing a test run, if you are just creating a sample application, the same test ID can be utilized. You can also see I've added the banner size. So what kind of width I want, what kind of height I want. Apart from once that is done, I'm just creating the build. Once that is done, my banner ad is ready. If a user press the banner ad, what should happen? Or let's say if the ad is loading, how the ad should load on the screen. So a couple of methods are there which we have to call. Those two specific methods are add load, load ad, and show. This is the overall structure banner ad. Similar to this, we'll be having banner ad, the placement. Let us see where can be the placement. Something like this will be the placement of banner ads. One simple example can be if the kind of games you would have played, you would have already seen on the bottom there is a similar kind of banner available. These target the audience. They can target a specific audience, or they can be very generic ads. Now, if we talk about sample application, the kind of application I'm talking about, this would be the overall look and feel of this banner. So it's very similar to this. In fact, if I may say that if you are interested into creating your own ads, you are very much we are very much supporting that kind of functionality as well. So there is a different set of team which can help you create your kind of ads, and your ads can be played to different applications. But if you are only interested into monetization, the kind of ads, you just need to go to your application, enable the ads, and rest everything will be managed by us. We will be showcasing the ads as per your ID, as per your ads ID. And the revenue will be getting generated in backend, and it will be transferred to you when a specific amount is reached. Now, let us talk about a different set of ads. These are called as interstitial ads. I know you must have already seen these kind of ads. These are full screen ads. They cover the whole UI. They can be added between activities. This is the ideal place to add any interstitial ad when we are having the transition between activities, the transition between screens. They can be added between different level of transition. The user can explicitly close these kind of ad. By explicitly closing, I mean is there should be a cross button which is providing the user the functionality where he or she can close the ad manually on their own. The user can also tap on the ads to go to the specific destination. Now, the kind of ads, how to create them is it's very simple. Just following the specific method. adding a specific test ID. That's it. Your ad is done. And same two methods, load ad and show, are there which you have to call. Once these two are done, your ads will be visible on screen. Let us see how these ads will look like. Something like this will be there on the screen. You see on the top right corner, there is a cross button, which is making the user enable to cross at any point of time. These kind of ads I'm talking about, you would have already seen these. Something like this will be the overall picture on the top right side, the cross mark. Let us talk a different set of ads. These are ads, splash ads. Yeah. So the splash ads, when I'm talking about, when we start an application, these ads are shown. So whenever you are starting, for a couple of users, I can totally understand this is a very annoying ad, but couple of members, it's very interesting. Let's talk a different domain, a travel domain. We have created an application which is focusing totally on travel domain, and whenever your users are opening, you are giving them a different destination to look onto. So the idle placement of those kind of ads can be considered as splash ads. The idle time for the ads should not exceed more than 5 seconds, or otherwise there is a tendency of user or the customer to uninstall the application, and that is a nightmare for any application developer. Now the kind of ads, how to create these ads are simple two methods over here. First one, the splash ad creation. You will be writing a couple of points. What details are there which you have to show? The owner text, the footer text, the load lister. These things you have to add. And then when you have to load the ad here, you have to add the test ID. When you are going to create your own splash ads, it will give you a different test ID. And once that is there, the ad can be shown. Now I'm mentioning the orientation over here explicitly as portrait mode, and then calling the build method. Let us see how the ads look like. So you see over here on down below, there's some information. There is a footer over here, and the ad is showing in another couple of seconds how much second it will be skipped. Something like this shows as the splash ad, which is covering the full screen. And over here you see, as we have added the owner text, we have added the icon of let's say we are adding the icon for a specific company, we are adding the icon for a specific text, we are also adding some footer text. We can very well use them wisely regarding the offers, regarding the couple of things which are related to our own application. And the skipping of these ads as well can be, you can see on the top right side how much seconds are there. Let us see a different set of ads which are called as a rewarded ad. You must have seen these kind of ads when we watch a specific thing for a specific period of time, we get something. I'll give you a quick example. We play games. When we play a specific game, we can achieve some amount of life, some money, some coins, just by viewing a couple of ads. Now these are explicitly chosen by customer. It's very much right. I myself will choose these ads to see these ads in order to gain something from the application, whether be it coin, whether be it another life. User can interact with these ads in order to get in-app rewards. These ads are full screen advertisements, and the process to create this much amount of code is there which we have to write for rewarded ads, and the ad is ready. Test ID again, it will be replaced, then calling the build method, and then once basically once the ad is loaded, and calling the show method. Let us see how it looks like when we see it in real life, or when we see it in an application. Something like this. Now here you see there is a cross button enabled directly when you open the ad. So it's up to the user when he or she is planning to close it, whether they are planning to close it or whether they are planning to watch it fully. Now, as you can see on the top right side, specific seconds are added, and they are showing a specific application which the user can install and can then see, can understand the application. If we watch a specific thing, let's say over here in my sample, when I have created it, this was showing a particular video. I have to watch this video for a specific period of time. I can close it any point of time, but I won't get the reward. So I need a callback as well. So once my the seconds are completed, once the after that I'll be getting the callback, and once I receive the callback, I'll be able to see whether the user was able to watch the full ad or not. Then if he was able to watch the full ad, I'll be presenting the user with some kind of reward. So apologies for the text part. Now we'll be focusing on the native ads. The native ads, they are very much similar to the look and feel of your whole application. Consider this to be native. You open Instagram. In Instagram, some kind of sponsorships are there. You must be scrolling through posts and you would be seeing some kind of sponsorship. Or if you open Facebook, some kind of, while scrolling to your feed, you would be seeing some kind of feeds or sponsored videos, sponsored ads. They are considered under native ads. They are very much alike to the bottom and the top of the UI. So that user does not feel it totally different. The looking and the display ads are handled by the plugin. Video can also be added to native ads apart from the pictures part. A controller is used to set up the property of the native ads. Let us see the kind of ads which I'm talking about, something like this. So it's considered it as a recycler view on top and in between they have added the specific ad. These kind of application I'm talking about, while scrolling through the application, in between a sponsored ad is coming out. This is considered as a native ad. In your application, you can also add these kind of ads, and then it will be easy for you to get your application into the monetize section. Something like this will be considered as a native ad. I can easily add a list into my application, and in between the list, the ad can be shown. Now, quickly moving on, creating the application. Now, we've seen multiple sets of ads, but we are more interested into how we can add these ads into my application. While going through the query section, when the previous speakers were talking to the audience, I got to know some audience members have already deployed their application either to App Store or to Play Store. It's really very good to have a discussion with the experienced members. Now, you are already having your application. Why don't you deploy your application to a different store called as App Gallery and get some more audience, earn some more money from the same application, from the same code base which you already created. So it's just getting a different set of customers for your application. Now, when I'm talking about creating an application for App Gallery, before that you have to create your developer ID. As the previous speaker Kamal already mentioned about developer ID, I won't be repeating it once again. But once your developer ID is ready and verified for any store, by the way, for any store, when you are deploying the application or creating an application, a developer ID is required. Over here in App Gallery, the creation of developer ID is free of cost. So you create your developer ID, and once the ID is verified, you can very well go to App Gallery console. From developer perspective, I'm speaking. You go to App Gallery console, go to My App section, and you can create your own application. Once your application is ready, on the top right you see a new app is there. You give the name of your application. It will ask you to fill up a specific form, the kind of package. Okay, I'm talking about APK. My devices will be focused on mobile application. This is my application name. This is my application category, whether it comes under games or whether it comes under apps. This is the default language of the application. Please add the same application to my project as well. Click on OK. That's it. Once this is done, the process to release your application to App Gallery is your code is ready. You've integrated the kit. Whether you integrated ML kit, whether you've integrated map kit, or you've integrated ads kit to your application. Your signed APK is ready. Now, what are the steps which you have to do in order to release your application is go to the distribution section. Under that, you can add your application information, the languages, you can add the app name. Once that is added, you can save the information. As of now, the default languages can be displayed over here. You can, as per your application language, you can very well choose it among them, which one suits. Once this is done, you can quickly set all the countries where you want to release your application. Let's say I am very specific to a set of audience, and I know only this specific audience will be using it. I can be very specific over here by choosing the country. Once that is done, my application will be released only into that particular area. Now, couple of members are very much interested into open testing when it comes to sensitive applications. The applications, for those applications, we can focus on open testing as well. So if you are going for open testing, you can always mention the open testing as yes or no. So if you are opening it for open testing, you have to mention the couple of members who will be testing your application. Consider them as a beta tester. You can add their email ID. They'll be getting the links to download the application. They'll be considered as a beta tester for your application. Once that is done, they can give you a go ahead, and then you can release your application. Now, coming, if you're choosing no for the beta tester, for the open testing, you can again go back to the form and you can upload your APK. Now, here I'm talking about the APK. The maximum size is 4 GB. If your application comes under that, it's really very good. You're also supporting the application bundles. If your application is having different set of bundles associated in app bundle format, we are the maximum one bundle maximum size can be 200 MBs. And similar to that, you can upload them. Once uploading is done, you have to go for the privacy policy. What is the privacy policy? The steps are very similar to any store, any other store where you have already deployed your application. So once you are done with the privacy policy, once you've already added your privacy policy to a URL, something like this would be shown. If there is an error, it will show you that the URL cannot be accessed. You have to add a different set of URL. Once this is done, you can also schedule your application. I want to release my application just upon approval. Once my application is checked, the application is reviewed. I want the application to be released right away. I can select this one. Or if I want a specific date that I want to release it to my audience on this specific date or on this specific time, I can choose on a specific date as well. Once this is done, I can click on confirm my application for review. It will be submitted for review. It will take approximately 2 man days to get the application reviewed, 2 working days specifically. Once the application is reviewed, you are done with it. All work is done from your end. Something like this will be shown. Your app is submitted for pending review. And then when the application releases, you see it's under review. Second one is the release one. Your application has been approved and it is released to App Gallery. All the members who are having Huawei devices with them, they can very well download and install their application. They can very well interact. I'm talking about millions of members who are already having access to the store. Let us look at the sample application over here. I'll quickly show you a couple of things. This is the application which very recently I created and added to App Gallery. A small one. I'll quickly show you the demo as well. I am using different set of ads. One is banner ad, another one is interstitial ad over here. So just created it for the educating purpose. No monetization I'm doing. That is why you can see test ads. Now it is covering 2 different things, 2 different ads. Let me show you how the application is working. Allow me a moment. I hope you are able to see my screen. So over here, I am currently in App Gallery, and I've searched for this application, Calculate BMI. In case anyone is having a Huawei device with them, they are free to go to App Gallery and search for the application, Calculate BMI, and they can download and open the application. Let us open the same application. Let us see how this application is having. You see, when I open the application, on the bottom, you can see the ad has been rolled out. This is a test ad. When you are going for a production level application, you will be having a different ad. Now, a simple switch I have added for just to calculate the BMI, whether it be male, whether it be female. I'll add my data. Let's move on. Let's see what specific height we want to add up. I'll go. Let's see. I go for 160. Let's go for 180 as of now. Same a different screen, but the ad is still there. Let us see what kind of weight. For BMI calculation, we need height and weight, only do these 2 parameters. That is why I have added only these 2 parameters. See, again, the banner ad is still there on the screen, and I can choose the weight accordingly, whether be it obese, whether it be slim. I'm done with that. Let's take up, okay, 60 is good for me. Let's take it up. Let's see what is the result. Before the result appears, you see an ad is been rolled out. Ad is being added to the screen. So the ad is having a cross button element. That is why I was saying it is interstitial ad. Now I can close it any point of time. I can also go to learn more. So learn more button, if I click, I'll be redirected to a different website where I've added the URL. The person who has created this ads, he must have given a specific URL for the ad. On the same URL, it will be redirected. If I can close, I can see what is my BMI. It is okay. This is the BMI, and I am underweight. I need to eat more food in order to come to a normal stage. So this is the application I wanted to show you. Quickly, I'll show you the code as well for this one. Not please bear with me if you find the code very immature. Allow me one moment. Yeah. So I hope you are able to see my screen for the Android Studio part. What I did is I only added Huawei ads to my prospect table, just completed the bucket. Once that is done, I added a couple of screens to it. As you can see, a couple of screens I've added over here. Into the main screen, I've added called my called couple of other screens. The dashboard added some switches over here, which I wanted to show whether it is a male or a female. Once that is done, I'm creating the banner ad, calling the load in the show method. When the screen is loading, when the widget is building, my ad will be shown. Couple of more points I'll be showing you for the hide screen. How what all things are there which I'm showing for the hide screen. Once hide screen is completed, we'll be going to the wait screen as well. But on hide screen, the specific thing is that I'm just checking for that thing. Yeah, Flutter slider. So for the hide screen, as you would be as I was showing you, a couple of markers were there. So it's the Flutter slider I've used it in similar to that. You can use this as well. And the labels we can mark it. Once the labels are marked, the screen will be having the scale will be having markers on top of it. After hide screen, we call the wait screen. On the wait screen, what I'm doing is I'm just getting the content from the previous screen, what height I added in the form of the model. Once that is done, I'm just taking the weight parameter. And once that is added, I'm calling the BMI calculator. So with this, I'm passing on my data. My data here, very simple one, height, weight, and gender. That's it. And when I'm going to the next screen, I'm just checking the BMI over here. So I was falling under underweight category. That was the reason the BMI came between this area. So very simple application, very easy. Just wanted to showcase you what all things are there which we can add up, which we can complete. So yeah, I think that's it from my end. I'll quickly come back to my slide once again. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it from my end. I'll be happy to take up any number of questions.